and the gentlemen and the gentlemen and the cornholes, the cornholios and the teepee for my bungholes and yours, shit. And actually, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to wait for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue. I'm pleased to meet someone new. Whoa, ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba dum bum. Hopefully, I have good people, not special interest groups, join my live first, which obviously would include the employees of YouTube channel, company, corporation. And as a matter of fact, which started off with my first thing, which was about Shmuel Karaoke Sing, which of course, actually I got a free trial, 7-day free trial from them again. I already know they're deceptive, and like 3 days later, I canceled after the free trial. So it's already canceled, but actually yesterday, a day after the actually very day that I canceled the free trial, they tried to charge me on PayPal. They charged me an annual subscription, and they charged me the annual subscription times two. I saw it on my email through PayPal, through Elon Musk's little get go. Anyway, so seeing that, and so that it was, and I emailed them because it's the only thing I can do, except of course my bank. Therefore, you will say, if those people, if those in Mountain View, California, where Smule is located, and PayPal in San Jose. Wherefore, I said, and YouTube also, like what, San Jose. But anyway, so that was actually Yay area, California. Whereas yours said in today's world was said, yours said, yours truly, my yes. Yes was going somewhere. Where was yes going? Actually, yes goes. Yes goes. Yes goes. Hello, she, him. Or she, him. And Mia. Hello, hi. Actually, hello. uh, and then, um, I never know what to say. I, start talking to myself. Same as I ever was. Now look where my hand was. I'm here. And well, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. And do I deserve to be? And so many people are talking, so many YouTube accounts, and it's like free for all. I thought actually you can go live, and this is the new Comedy Central. This is the new stand up. Uh, I stand up, I sit down. I'm a good singer, actually. Uh, I was in The Sopranos one time. I wasn't sent out as a hitman. I was sent out as the fat lady who sings at the end of the chorus. All right, everybody, go home. Closing time. Oh, oh my God. Well, anyway, so a lot of people like to do that. A lot of people like to do that. Uh, Actually, it's after party now. I always wonder what's on people's minds. I wonder what's on people's minds because actually everybody's so narcissistic these days. It's an egocentrism. Everybody's all about me. I feel like I'm a 1950s baby boomer. Me, mom. Elroy Jetson. Yes, mom. Oh, narcissism. Yes, that's what they say. And there's Joe Rogan on this one, on this narcissism stuff, amongst other things. Actually, it's pretty interesting, actually, Joe Rogan show because nowadays you actually this guy gets all the top people, can actually come on the Joe Rogan show, Joe Rogan Experience, and express their experiences, express themselves, their points of view, where they come from. Tell you, tell you, a lot of people, most people, like so many people out there, yeah, like I feel like in today's world, so many people they got something to say. Most people got something to say, man. And say, having a good time. You're gonna go out there and have a good time. I never, I ain't went this hard since I was 18. As a matter of fact, because YouTube, I can't go live, man, before because they say, I mean, what? You gotta have 1,000 subscribers, man. I wish I had $1,000. Like they would tell me sometimes, man, it's your lucky day, pump. Yeah. So I was out there trying to impress the woman folk out there. They looking at me, some type of way. Well, I mean, like as a matter of fact, they put a lot of alcohol in my system these days, man. I said, man, I ain't turned 32 yet. I'm fit. I'm fitting. I said, man, they lumping me up with some lumpia in the Philippines. I'm rolled up in a dish of lumpia and stuff. So, and I get uh, so, the police saying driven to tears, too many cameras and not enough food. Well, actually, yeah, I guess that's kind of like the crisis we face in the 2020s. Everybody trying to say like it's like the second 70s. Everybody like to talk about like your 40s is like your second 20s. And then like I'm thinking like 2020s is like the second 80s. Or like somebody said this is like that and like that and like this. I take sex to the face or whatever. So they pay for the show. Everybody pays for the show. This is how we do it. Um, um, and then so I don't put my face on camera. Sometimes I put my face on camera. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Hi. Yeah. Sometime, sometime they're gonna get out there, and I'm gonna see out there. Like my favorite viewer is out there somewhere. Um. mm, yeah. Hi, Layla. And so hi, Layla. So most most times, pretty much, I got a swimming pool full of liquors and I dive in it. Swimming pool full of liquors and I dive in it. Actually, all the girls on the play bay watch. Main watch. Now listen to me or you will be history, Kendrick. I see the love in her eyes. The feeling of vodka arrives. Now apparently, I'm over influenced by what you are saying to me. One day, Hi, Coochie Bear. Hi, Coochie. Oh my God. So, yeah, they get you out there, man. They get you out there, man. I said, yeah, yeah. And I was up there. I was up there. I was representing Kinfolk over there in 2018, early 2018. We was jamming. They used to have lo-fi hip hop on the live streams, and like most people was like felt like some people were antagonists if they were a late 80s baby or early 90s baby. Like it was like I had some 87 babies. I was like but I was like yeah, we could jam out, everybody jam out on there and shit. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, they did away with a lot of stuff. They did away with a lot of stuff. We couldn't express ourselves. So a bunch of people were out there going, doing stuff, going crazy. You know how it is. And I try to keep the, you know, the love alive, or whatever, you know, you call it. A lot of stuff come and goes from the get go. Uh, well, ice cream yums yums. Okay, they're gonna put me on some. They're gonna have an AI for that. Yeah, it's actually not too bad, I guess. They'll send it out there on the golden record, Voyager. Maybe. And so like yeah, I had like y'all trick y'all. Uh, most times. Most times, there's a lot of people out there these days. Like, you know, I'm going for the clicks, man. You know, click, click, boom. You know, you know, coming on your stereo, blowing up your radio. Yeah, and then so, yeah, like the funky people want to scream and shout. People, you know, I'm living out here. You know, I can do these, I can do that. Well, you know, you know. They people every day Arrested Development, 1990. Chubb Rock jumps on the scene, treat him right, and then I'm seeing so many 1980s babies and, you know, Generation Xers, 70s babies, like late 60s babies blowing up. A lot of 70s babies, a lot of actually 80s babies blowing up on YouTube. Yeah, everybody's expressing themselves. It's kind of funny. They try to, 80s babies trying to say I'm old now and stuff, and they're doing the same old douchebag stuff they did to us early 90s. Baby, I'm a 93 baby. So, like, then they'll be like, you know, like I'm a millennial. Like, it's like I'm a millennial. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Way back when, in 67, I was a dandy of Gamma Chi. The Cuervo Gold, the fine Colombian, make tonight a wonderful thing. Actually, 67 was, yeah. 69, 67 is, yeah, like, yeah, I second that. 69. 69 was, 69 was like actually, and 69 and then 67, yeah. Gen X, yeah. You can say you Coochie Bear Pookie. Yeah. Coochie Bear Pookie. Yeah. Yeah. And so think. Oh, bother. Okay, bye. And going live's like, yeah, like, sometimes you get out there, you tell people, like I'm coming out, and I want the world to know. And that's what it's all about, in the digital age. Say, everybody gotta keep tabloids on everybody. So, and I don't have to go to Hollywood because Hollywood come through my neighborhood with cameras on. And I really do think they stealing from us like the Sarah phone. The hurricane coming to my Louisiana home. Everybody pushing, but I don't hold back, and everybody looking but blind to the fact. Yeah. So, I mean, like, you can see like Beverly Hills these days has become the streets have become like overridden by drug addicts. But I ain't actually ever been to LA except the airport. Actually, Bay Area is Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley. Yeah, like, and we had that video game in the late '90s. In the '64 we had Silicon Valley. 80s babies act like they don't know what the is that. So like, and I was like, man, you want to play Battletoads? Anyway, I and so like one day, thank you, thanks guys, thank you very yeah. I sometimes people talking like, man, what like I was out there one time, but 2 times. They and even if my house fell down now, I wouldn't have a clue because you're near me, and I want to thank you for giving me the best day of my life. And oh, just to be with you is having the best day of my life. My Amazon is going down. Ecuador is mostly Amazon rainforest. Like West Virginia is mostly Appalachian, but most of Appalachian Mountains is in North Carolina. And most Amazon is in Brazil. And actually, you get to hear about the Native Americans going from the Amazon to Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, and protesting they can speak Portuguese, just like all the rest of the citizens of Brazil. And yeah, it's like you're cutting down the world's largest rainforest to build up Jeff Bezos and to build up your world's largest online retailer, which is going maybe if as long as Walmart does not actually I think there's Walmart is still there. And Shop Smart, Shop S Smart, you got that. Actually, I quote things, but I try not to quote things too much. I try not to whine, but I must warn you of the motherfucking government of California, Alabama Kush. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers and some yeah, 80s babies used to be crazy about some of that stuff. Actually they had their stuff and they went crazy. Go crazy, go crazy. Don't let your body get lazy. When I was just a brand new baby boy, my mama bought me a brand new toy. So, I mean, wait, well, actually, Nucleus, you got YouTube will allow you to do things now, and people post like 1984's, like, because Mark Zuckerberg was born in 1984, and what ends up happening is all the Terminator stuff and the Eddie Murphys, Beverly Hills Cops and the musics and everything will go crazy, and they'll say, so And, yeah, so there's a craze. There's a craze out there. Baby boomers exploding with children, which they're far too old to have, but I've digressed one time before. 50s babies. I don't know how many 50s babies. My 50s baby. My 50s baby said, my 40s baby is still booming. So my 50s baby said, where's the boom? Like the big boom. And, yeah. Present day history will tell you something, that the structure is structure, and a lot of structure of societal structure is based on maritime. It's based on the salty seven oceans and travel the world in the seven seas, Pacific and Atlantic and Indian Ocean. So, whereas they needed to construct principles. As a matter of fact, principles did not want to go as far as the year Y2K was going along. As Y2K was going along, most things were trying to slip into the future. What I wanted to say is people had their hopes up. How long have people had their hopes up? And so someone who could actually live through it, and people would be in denial of the fact that, well, perhaps early 90s babies actually lived through it. 93 baby, as a matter of fact. Well, I can tell you some story about the man. Well, like, okay, you get out there, they put you at the starting line, and they tell you, go out there and do what you can, but at the same time, they're doing everything they can to do you in. Okay, that's maritime law. And maritime law starting near Y2K is start what they want to call the game. Okay, now the game coming to our futuristic times, much less hasn't changed. And so reforming coming along, people wanting to slip into digital age, people coming with tech innovations, and could probably imagine that a lot of stuff came from past times. You want to remember what some people told you. Like, okay, some people told you something, and everybody nowadays has something to say. White people have something to say. There's another thing, like a piece of metal coming out of the forgery, blacksmithing. But the modern world does not need any more. They need plastic forgery, as George Carlin would have said. Everything's. Even Osho said, well, as he died in 1990, but I guess Osho, 1987, 1988, 1989, he said, like heaven, ask him, are we in hell or are we in heaven here in Oregon? That man said to ask the man with the mustache. Osho said, well, I see you have a mustache. Why don't you go the full way? He said, you are in heaven. He actually said you are in a plastic heaven. That's as George Collins said, you actually make what is our biggest fulfillment for our lives? Humans, to make plastic. And I wondered if, like plastic surgery. Obviously, early the 2000s, and he didn't change. They wanted to say there is a hope for a better day. Keep on holding on like Goody Mo, because it's a better day tomorrow. That's all I can say. Tomorrow is just another day, but today they might just jack you for your ride. High, go pride. Better be out your seat. Quick and snappy with that happy finger. Ask me if that material is worth your life. I don't know about yours, but if so, you're smoking pipes, right? I either want a Benz or a Beamer. I mean, well, like I could tell you reasons why 1990s is better than 2000s, or like actually 1980s babies would glorify 1980s over even 1990s, or how they know more about 1990s is a 1988 baby, or like Eddie Hall and Hathor, the two world's strongest men, both born in 1988, or even 1987's Juji Mufu. And he likes to hang out with Hathor, who played start on the Game of Thrones. And I mean, these guys, I mean, you're talking about how, you know, you can be because you can afford to be, because you came from the 80s, perhaps could still afford to be, and your parents actually were 50s baby. I didn't want to say that. And then actually, so my mom was this early April, you know, like a springtime of 79 baby, and father was a January 1st of wintertime of 75 baby. Actually, talk about Generation X, and actually in the late 70s they started, actually could have considered Generation X, but could consider themselves something else. But 1980 starts millennial. If you didn't know, now you know, says Biggie Smalls. Uh, one time somebody wanted to be. I've compared so many times in this world what the new age can look like and what it could look like in your mind or someone else's mind. Those who didn't have a clue, people who didn't know where the hell they were coming from. So, well, you know, why don't you listen to the past? The past echoes, voices. You know, actually, one thing that this AI and this computer, which is computer software, it's not going to be. It's not going to be, because in reality, and I saw one thing, I can tell you for sure, and it's a fact, that the background radiation of outer space, the cosmic background radiation, is hostile. It destroys computers. It destroys software. It destroys computer software. The hardware, Voyager, simple circuits, simple signals and relays can go through. The complex that we use today, our smartphones and our computers, and what special interest groups want to get across in institutions and maritime laws are not going to make it. I'll tell you, there is no Terminator, there is no nothing else. Actually, Terminator would be disregarded anyway. They want to talk about AI and these. Oh, well, let's go to 1996 Mars Attacks. But anyway, there's another 1984 film of Terminator type AI, maybe Spaceball or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, Gremlins came out in 1984. That was actually pretty good. Critters came out in 1985. So there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. Well, I tell you, as Elon Musk is out there, and Jeff Bezos wants to go out there and explode with him, they say, we're going to do Mars. And I said, well, you know, you've got your Mars stuff and your Doom stuff, and The Rock was in one. And well, I mean, yeah, like I say, your background radiation, your trip in 1982 or 1981 or 1986 or 1982, whatever, they blew up their O-ring and burst like Incubus. He saw a guy right above his knees. He could relate. And the O-ring failed. Test of time. You will find Earth. There are some people out here who are actually pretty decent. I shout out to Drexler Astral. And Drexler Astral is from Serbia. and he started in 2016 or something, 2017, 2015. Well, in late 2010s, he can tell you some stuff. There's Anton. A lot of people like the Vsauce. Well, Drexler Astro will tell you about prehistoric times. He'll tell you about future times. And what is our universe? What is we are trying to escape? What is we are trying to find in the center of black hole? Singularity. And scientists vehemently protesting that there is no white hole on the other side of this innermost. What would be exit of that black hole? You could be Ash in Evil Dead 2, falling after the trees had consumed at the end of the movie into that black and white vortex, going into past times. I will tell you once again that modern times like to capitalize. I'm over influenced by what you are saying to me. If you did not listen to me, you will be history, Kendrick. And so apparently, the damage of vodka arise. I see the love in her eyes. But actually, blah, 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 blah. Philippines has become fanboy fantastic. Fanboy fantastic. Your American is dirt poor. Dirt poor Philippines police government needs more money, and they need Barney Fife's bullet at the airport. They used that scheme before, but so you know, like I've got nobody to talk to. It's like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. He said, what did he say? He said, nobody wants to play with me. And Bruce Campbell said, An Army of Darkness. They poked him in his eyes with goody goody two shoes. I'm blind. I'm blind. I like Jim Carrey in Living Color. Fire Marshal Beer! Let me show you something. Well, actually, let me show you something. It's become now. Some people want to say that's all good, but does it become you? They talk about the Hispanic Americans taking over the USA. Does it become you? It's like, if you're having sexual intercourse, yes, I guess 2 and 2 make 1, or as a matter of fact, in lab setting, you can produce your genome, and Coldplay has sung to this music in early 2000s. Well, so many others have sung to music. If Amazon was meant to be with Jeff Bezos with Pikachu in his hands, customer service, internet, whereas it's supposed to be about the books, man. But the books, Osho didn't need a book. He said when his father and he's growing up, he said, if you don't buy me the books, I will steal them. He say in his letter, he does not need books, a video or something can do something like this. And anyway, Sadhguru says, Sadhguru, modern $3 billion net worth Sadhguru, same as Donald Trump's net worth. He say, anyway, it will happen. Anyway, these transactions in the modern day, like, blah, 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 blah. You landlubber. And then someone's live. They're going live out there, man. They don't even have a house. They've got 4 walls. Even London Bridge. Even London Bridge can fall down. But London Bridge can fall down. Uh, most out there searching for love have found that in today's world, love don't come easy. And love don't come easy. As a matter of fact, you can go now. Uh, I mean, I've seen where people can associate. I want to give out various clues as to what people know. People don't like to give away what they know. It comes at a price. Most prices in this world aren't like good prices. Most prices are like when people want something and then they say, man, I give up. But you don't give up. You don't give up. Just like Bobby Caldwell didn't give up in 1976 with what you wouldn't do for love. Or anyway, you could go for 1975's it's Dog Eat Dog. What you know about that? I love it. Boz Scaggs, The Dirty Lowdown. So, if, and, well, my parents and me don't resist what's to come, and what's to come means if somebody can dig it, don't give it away. Give it away now. I can't believe disparities, what we call nowadays. People going out there giving out their all for. I don't know what it means to give your all. I can give my all when I'm interested. Alan Watts has said, you know, if you want to become interesting, become interested. How to win friends and influence people. Well, in today's world, disparities have become where the billionaire is there, the CEO. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg have well over $100 billion net worth, $150 billion I want to say now. And Warren Buffett, the old man, is about Clint Eastwood's age and is right there with him with his Berth Hathaway. But what will show is the Twitter's guy who's retired and another one's an Indian guy, Sundar Pichai of Google, is very far behind them. They won't pay him because he's Indian. And Sadhguru has more $3 billion net worth than he does. He's in his millions or something in Alphabet because he's Indian. And well, I mean, this is very bad. This is very bad. And if nobody knows this, well, then you should know this. So how could it be? And then how could it be? They could sum up with a few words, but Mark Zuckerberg's out there somewhere in Hawaii with his Chinese wife and his half Chinese kids, claiming to be Jewish by religion, and doing his wakeboarding as he pleases while other people die. I want to tell you about the modern world. Listen about the modern world. I can tell you so many things about the modern world. Philippines wants your hand. Well, maybe Thailand wants your hand. Indonesia and Myanmar. Burma and all the countries out there, which is Cambodia and Vietnam and Laos and the others. But it doesn't go. It doesn't go. My friends from the modern world want to come back with the Internet of Things. People going to school, what's the sense in that when? What does school teach you? How to program? What does an engineer mean anymore? He's an engineer. He's an engineer. And he said music. Yeah. I can say I have fallen, hard times befallen. I made a huge mistake. I didn't make any huge mistakes. They were chosen for me. A designated individual by design. I now. Oh, Billy! Human contact. Actually, it doesn't work. It never does. Never does, my boy. They're going to one day. They will say, "Who you?" They will say to me, "I go to Southeast Asia. I have no roof, my man. I'm here all the time, my man. I'm here seeing Dito's. Thank you here, my man. But my native Asian woman has run off. I guess like Robert Plant saying in Led Zeppelin and Moby Dick's "Love of Some Other Man Too." Bring it on home. Bring it on home. Yeah. I shouldn't be bringing it on home because I'm too young for that anyway. I don't know nothing about that. But by the way, I'm here now in Philippines. They ask me if I speak Tagalog, but they don't ask me if I speak. When they say, "Do you speak?" like I'd like to, like a small speck. And I've learned to come up with these way of talking. I will say it anywhere, no matter where I am. If somebody talks a certain way, it's natural that you talk like them. I don't actually can't really do this because they don't see it. They're not registering it. Well, actually, that's the pause, the silence when we look and you actually analyze. You stop and do they see? Well, actually, they go on and there's something. It ends up being where they become me and I become them. But it couldn't be based on traditional maritime laws. It couldn't be based on our last 100 years. I mean, our structured world that way. They wouldn't see it that way. They can't see it this way. We can see it that way there. And because people can see it that way, who suffers for that? Well, I suffer for that. Come out there. I want to say people will go out there And when people go out there, they say, look, man, I need to do something. So people looking for something to do. And most times you'll find in today's settings, what you find is you think you're going somewhere. That's something that needs to be done. And what I tell you, and you should know, that most of which has already been done. And like the people who keep silent based on the traditional values, of course, our world setup, and because of this, you can find laziness and procrastination in today's world. You will find that. But mostly what you'll find today is hopelessness, the sheer despair, and yeah, desperation. You will find, yeah, I'm out here. Oh yeah, you play on your PS2, my man. That PS2 and like uh, like I had a PS2. I thought I should like to have a PS3. And this Filipino guy here, and he said, and yes, he thought he should also have a PS3, and because it's a upgrade, tech innovation. Just don't let it get hot. The simple machine is not so simple. Well, well, said Moondog in his song before in the 60s or something. Once upon a time, men were lions and or machines were mice. But now that it is the opposite, it is twice upon a time. And it's still the same. If nothing, that some technology builds on itself and seeks to go out there in the universe to create a Dyson sphere and create tired civilizations and create simulations in dimension where what is, someone might ask, something. And you cannot even and and you cannot even keep your wife happy. Uh, today's world, I would have said that what ended up happening to me is the government of the United States of America and local governments, county governments, not even state governments, county governments would have wanted to post their agenda on me in early 2000s. Was actually mid to late 2000s. Almost the time Barack Obama was coming in, Bush Jr. was in 2000, early 2007, beginning of 2008, and after the mother's father had died, they want you. They want you for something. I feel like the world wants you for something, and you're not ready for it. And I'm not ready for it. Not ready for it. I lost all my friends. Losing all my friends is like most going somewhere. And you find yourself alone and you cannot connect. And you spend your time. And that actually, shenanigans is something of which, like, shenanigans. People pay for the show. I'm not too sure anymore. When's Marilyn coming home? Huh? When Marilyn, I'm coming home. Huh? When's Marilyn coming home? When I'm coming here?
Yes, my wife is
Bukas.
Dapat ikaw is your dukan.
I'm go there now?
Oh. Your kambahaw.
You and me going Bukas. Okay, your motor. Okay.
Ako bumubuhat ko sa sayo, di ba halata? Dami ko yung tanong kung bumili ng sniper. They can do it like I do it, yes. Things pa dito rin ko dyan sa imaya. Di sila galit kapag
I want to go there, my new asawa. No. My new asawa.
Ito lang, your asawa is no, your gun.
Huh? No. My asawa. Because I want. Okay.
alam mo na.
Okay. Okay, and Marilyn, I'm going to the jail now.
Oh, yes.
Pero first muna, the jawarm.
Yan your wife. Yan your wife. Ang bagong galing ng nito layaki na yay.
Masuk ke geng ini Jawa yang dari Jepang. Oh, kantor skill. Serius mana kebangan